Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. So last time out, we finally headed into the final dungeon of the game. And we started off... basically there's 4 pathways for us to go down. Where we each go through those pathways as two characters. So we're going down the first pathway first. That's redundant. But we go down the first pathway with Sora and Yuki. And so that's pretty much what we're doing. We're gonna be heading through. It's basically kind of the dungeon itself is kind of, each pathway has like has these switches that you're supposed to hit. You know, these switches that you're supposed to hit in order to open the way to the next area of the pathway. Ending up with a boss fight. Oh god, Sora's really low on health. Yeah, that is something I kind of noticed. We're going through this the final dungeon again. Is that you can, even with my levels as high as they are, and even with like the best armor and healing, best armor and stuff, you can still get bum rushed and can be taken, and your health can be driven down spectacularly low quite quickly. So you have to really kind of be careful about you know, keeping an eye on your health. But here we go. We're past. All that's left now is to take on the boss. So let's head up and take on the boss. And finish off Sora and Yuki's section of the final dungeon. Yeah, so the enemies that you face off against will always be these kinds of dudes. They're basically... it's the same, pretty much the same basic like enemy design each time, but they have a different color which corresponds to like a different weakness. So because he's yellow here, he basically is weak to the steel kind of attacks. To be fair though, with the level that I'm at currently, yeah, these things go down really fucking quickly with your special attacks, so yeah, no need to worry about them too much. And that opens up the way to the end of Yuki and Sora's section. Nicely done. Let's get going. And away we go. So that's the first section done. Yeah, you get a lot of rarer items in the final dungeon as well. Let's head through. So who's next? Yep. So here we go. Moving on to section number 2. This one I always thought looked a bit more ominous because of the like dark red kind of sky and stuff, but the Road of Division, and it's Shio and Mitsuki for the second section. Time to head through. Oh yeah, I got a B rank this time, didn't I? Yeah, basically at this point, once you have to pick your party members before you go into the final dungeons. So you basically pick who you want the group pairings to be, and once the pairings are picked, that's really it until you're finished in the dungeon. See, this is me pressing buttons, trying to work out. Oh shit! What do I do? There we go. Yeah, that's. I think you press the L1 button for that, and it will summon No, it's one of the D-pad buttons, and basically you'll summon your partner to kind of basically attack any enemy that is in your path for a certain length of time. Yeah, I remember this section gave me a bit more difficulty because Shio's Shio's powerful, and when you're facing off against the smaller guys, he makes everything really easy and straightforward. Sorry, but when you're facing off against enemies which have a bit more health, like these guys, they can really hurt Shio quite easily, and you can struggle to get attacks off. Like here, I'm just getting dogpiled. There we go. So yeah, Shio is a bit of a pain in the ass when it comes down to it, and to use. I should have really changed my stance there. Stance? What am I on about? I should have changed to Mitsuki there, because she's got the enemy's kind of weakness. Fuck that up. Yeah, it's that kind of platforming though, which I really fucking can't stand. Where you have like such a small amount of what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, I'm just not bothering at this point. I think I was just kind of fed up and just been like, fuck it, let's just go. Yeah, so best to be careful and just double jump. Don't bother with the boost forward until you get to the biggest section of land. Right, so now we need to head back to the beginning. But face this asshole first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy's weak greens. This guy's green, so I'm pretty sure he's weak to wind attacks. Yeah, and here this was... In hindsight, I really should have saved my special attacks as much as possible for the final boss of the pathway. But at this point, I think I was just like, I want to get through this. I want to be done with this shit. I'm fed up. Just kill him. There we go. Fucking dead. Go fuck yourself. There we go, we're done. Yeah, my health is a bit low. Yeah, you don't get luck. The only item, in terms of the items... sorry. In terms of the potions that you can buy, the maximum ones that you can buy are up to level 2. So you can buy Breath Potion 2, which cures everybody in the party, and then a regular Potion 2, which just restores the health of one person. Fuck you. So there's that. But yeah, in terms of the level 3s, which are much more useful, much stronger, it's pretty much a full health restore. Sorry, it's pretty much a full health restore. Those you can only find in dungeons. You can grind them because they have a good chance of appearing in pretty much every single eclipse that you can go into, and you can go into those eclipses as many times as you want, apart from the final one. So if you want to, you can grind, but in all honesty, there's not really a need to, because you can, if you stock up, because you can stock up as long as you keep fighting as many enemies as possible throughout the game, then you'll be able to get a fuck ton of money. Oh, fuck you. You'll be able to get a fuck ton of money, which will mean that you can do what I basically do, which is stock up on breath potions and regular potions. Up to level 2, I stock up on like 40 or 50 of them every time I go into a dungeon. So as long as you're not completely and utterly fucking garbage, you shouldn't have any problems. If you've got 40 or 50 of those potions hanging around. So yeah, it's not really an issue, it's just more of a... it would be nice if you had the option to buy it, even if it's just a New Game Plus thing. And even if they were like exorbitantly expensive, but I guess not. Alright, time for us to face off against the boss of this dungeon. The boss of this pathway, so let's get this pathway done. Yeah, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I know what I was doing here. I was basically just trying to hammer the button to use the special attacks, but I didn't realise that I basically have no special attack left. Because I'd used it all fucking up, so now I'm just like, fine, let's just try and kill you. Yeah, to be honest, I kind of fucked up here with this guy, because I think this guy is strong against fire, and I just was just so intent on just finishing this off quickly. Sorry, that I was just like, fuck it, let's just whack him with everything I've got. Yeah, his... oh, they're stunned. I think his fire attacks, like this barrage he uses, has a chance of inflicting you with a random status effect. Because it like inflicted Shio with burn earlier, but then it just now it affected him with paralysis. So yeah, kind of a pain in the arse this one, but brute forcing my way through it. We got it done, baby. Time to move on and get on with it. Right, let's open this up, and my health is really fucking low. What was I thinking of here? You see, it doesn't... it uses up so much... I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I bothered to cure, get him up to full health. I'm not going to be using him again for a while. But anyway, that's the second pathway completed. A rank, baby, so I did better this time. Better than a B rank. But I think I was playing through... I think when I got to this point in my first playthrough, I was at this point I was just so like done that I just wanted to kind of blow through everything and just not bother fighting a lot of enemies. And finding all the like treasure chests and stuff. But anyway, third pathway is Rion and Mr. Gorou. So let's get going, shall we? Let's save. Yeah, Gorou's been nerfed a little bit. Yeah, Mr. Gorou is pretty strong. Like the thing which is the most useful for him, I think, is when you can use your long range attack, like the charge up attack, like that. That does so much fucking damage, but obviously it is pretty useless if you're facing off against an enemy which has got like a shield, because it will be completely negated. But it's also pretty useful. These guys, yeah, this guy, like, it's really useful and causes a lot of damage, but these guys can run out of the way of it and avoid it pretty easily. So with this one, this one's kind of different, where basically this one has basically two mini pathways that you have to go through first, and this is my frustration coming in. Just be like, fuck it, let's just end it. But yeah, so this one it's set up slightly differently. where there are basically 3 gates. 2 of them are blocked off, and you go through the other one, which have 2 little mini pathways. So you go through each of these pathways. God, there's so many enemies. Yeah, this pathway, there's so many enemies which are so quick and annoying to hit. So yeah, with this one, it basically wants you to... You basically have to go through and go through the pathway, defeat the enemies, and then it asks you to... Ah, shit. Fucking bosses. A mini-boss. Another mini-boss already. But yeah, so basically you have to defeat the mini-boss, which opens up the pathway which was blocked off in this little mini pathway. So yeah, kind of knocks that off and gives you access... Sorry, it gives you access to the switch that you need to hit in order to open up the next door in the starting area. So yeah. So now this opens up the right pathway. So let's head back and through the right pathway this time. Nice and easy. Yeah, so the enemies don't respawn here as well, so that's kind of nice. So through we go. So now the next mini pathway that we have to take. Yeah, the enemy variety on each pathway is pretty garbage. You basically fight a certain selection of like 3 or 4 enemies per pathway, and you're kind of stuck with them. So yeah, once you've fought one of them, you've fought pretty much everything that you're gonna face in the pathway, really. See, that should have done way more damage there. Yeah, so this guy's particularly weak to special, the blue element. But there we go, he's dead. And that opens up the pathway so we can get to the switch again. Let's open that up. Boom. Right, let's hit our switch. Oh, there we go. Let's hit you. Resurrection 2. Cure Potion 3. So yeah, we picked up about 2 or 3 of those now in this pathway, so that's going to be helpful. And that opens up the final pathway. So we can move on to the next section of this pathway. But anyway, that's going to be it for this part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. Join me for the next part when we're going to be continuing through the pathway with Rion and Mr. Gorou. And then we'll also be going through the 4th and final pathway with Ko and Asuka. So yeah, see you next time.